Well, hey y'all, we are making a 15 bean soup today, and we're back in the real kitchen because I needed a bunch of burners and all the things. And now I realize why I like it back there in the studio kitchen, because I ran out of room. Let me tell you what I like to do if I'm cooking dried beans. 99% of the time, I'll flavor my water before I ever get to even cooking the beans. So what I have here is I just use my Instapot pressure cooker, and I put 10 cups because that's what the nice bean people say that you should add to your soup. So I put the 10 cups in my pressure cooker, and I went out to the freezer and got the rest of the Christmas ham. And I put the ham in here, and I'm just going to take this out, and I'm going to cut this up and put it back in the soup whenever we get to souping around here. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. There's a little bit more in there. And also what I did not have an onion. So I used, in here, I put about 1/4 cup of some dried onion flakes. Or you can use a cut up onion and dice it up to the size that you like. Okay, we got the big pot out here today. So I'm going to go ahead and add in this. If I'm going to try to get over here, I'll try to pour it on me. All this delicious ham juice. Oh my gosh. And I cooked this on the meat setting in my pressure cooker for about 35 minutes. And then I let it naturally release, which is very important, because if you've got juice and liquid and all that kind of stuff in your pressure cooker, and the timer goes off and you just open it up right then, flip it right then, it's going to boil over. And so you want to let it like sit there and naturally release. So I've got this one bag of 15 bean soup mix, and I rinsed it real well. It's been sitting there draining. So we're just going to add this in. And I'm going to turn this on probably about a medium high, and let it boil until the beans, what are y'all doing here? Until the beans are real tender. And then we'll get back together and we will do the yummy stuff to it. So there we go. And I'm gonna let this simmer. I'm gonna let this kind of come up to a boil and do its thing. And I will probably, do I want to put the meat in it now? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, and while y'all don't have to sit here and watch me do that, and tear this meat up and go ahead and put that in there, and it'll be fine. So, and I'm not going to taste it for salt or anything like that. I just want to get it done so we can do the yummy stuff later. So I'm going to tear this up, and I'll see y'all back when it's ready to put the yummies in. Okay, these have been cooking until it smells so good in here, and the beans are tender. So we're going to get just a little bite before we start adding all the other things into it. And I'll tell you, while we're letting this cool a little bit, I make one pot of 15 bean soup every winter, and this is the time, and I never make it the same ever. And you know this little seasoning they put in it? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. If you like it, you use it, but I don't like it. It doesn't make me happy. So anyway, let's see what we think about this. You can absolutely eat that right now. Yum. But we're going to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. I've got 2 cloves of garlic that I minced up real little, and I just sauteed them in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Put that in there. Now I'm going to add some ketchup. So it looks like there's about 1/4 cup or so in here. This will make it a little bit sweeter. And I'm going to add just a little bit of some spicy brown mustard. Not a whole lot, but just a wee bit. Probably about a teaspoon, give or take. You could use yellow if you wanted to. I'm going to add just a teeny bit of salt, because the Christmas ham that I put in there it's not really overly salty, but it's got a little bit of salt in it, and so that's what we're going to do. Now, whenever I was cooking the ham bone, the ham and the water and everything, I put about 1/4 cup of dried onion flakes in there and let that cook. And that's what I've simmered my beans in. Now I've got some white pepper, and let's see, how much of this do I want to use? I'm going to taste this first before I put that white pepper in there. So get this all stirred around. And then I've also got some hot pepper chipotle stuff, so I don't know if I want to use that or not. So let's just do that right there. Let's see what we think. Just a little bit of white pepper. To me, white pepper is more mellow than black pepper. Sometimes whenever I eat black pepper, one of the flakes will get stuck in my throat, and it really makes me cough, and then that upsets my apple cart. So let's see here. Just a little bit. And that's how you do it without having to get another spoon out. You just spoon it. That way I'm not dipping it in there. Of course, it's just me and him. Him and I, rather. Him and me. Okay, we'll have to think about this English. English is hard. That is so good. That is so good. I think I'm going to add a little bit more, just for a little bit more tang. Put about 2 or 3 more teaspoons of mustard in there. Okay, y'all. And there we have it. This is the way I'm making my 15 bean soup. And it's going to be delicious. I'm going to put some cornbread in the oven. And I will see y'all back when we are ready to eat them up. Yum, yum. I'm going to let this sit here and do its thing for about 30 minutes or give or take. I've got it on about a 3. And that will be fine. So see y'all back here in a little bit. Well, it's been sitting here rocking and rolling for about 30 minutes or so. And I got out some, and we're gonna let this cool a little bit. But I made ow, it's hot. A recipe of my Southern buttermilk cornbread recipe, which is in my cookbooks. And I made corn sticks, and I made muffins, and still had enough left over for a little bitty one over here. So we think this is cool enough yet? I will try to figure out, when I go back and edit this, I'll try to write down what I think my measurements were. But your taste buds may be totally different than mine. So just get in the kitchen and get to rattling those pots and pans, y'all. You'll come up with something yummy. And we're going to eat this probably a couple meals. And then I will freeze the rest of this, and we can have some. It'll be good. See what we think. Y'all, I outdid myself. Break my arm, pat myself on the back. That is awesome. That is slurping. Okay, I'll have this printed out, or where you can go to my website and print it if you want to. This is not in any cookbook because I change it every year when I make this one pot. So next year I'll make it completely different, I'm sure. But I'll put how you can order my cookbooks, and you go to my website and print off. I have over 100 recipes that have videos and have printable recipe cards, not cards, but printable sheets for the recipe. And you can order my cookbook while you're there too. And I appreciate it. And if you haven't liked or followed my channel, I would appreciate you doing that. That'd make me a happy little girl. I'll see you next time. Y'all gonna make you some soup and stay warm this week. It's gonna get cold. Bye, y'all. They're so good.